Your uncle is absolutely fuming. The way that a statue can fume and be angry at someone. Showing the audience the bomb that the characters are unaware of builds so much more tension. And Chewie, there's a fucking nuclear warhead at the head of the table right next to
I'm
you.
running into the underdog.
Okay, we're
I'm
booking it the other way.
Yeah, there's a brief moment where his focus is on catching a fox. Whew.
It's a shanty town. It's a Hooverville. It's a homeless encampment, kind of. The main building of this place is a sort of ziggurat made of discarded, like, storage crates. You are beholden to a 50 human-pound toad. A absolute chonking goddamn motherfucking heckin' chonker. Are you guys prepared now? I'm just gonna. I'll give you guys the extra 2.5 seconds it takes me to crack this monster.
It takes less than a full second for me to pull up my character sheet. It's just on my desktop. Also, you greatly under your guess on how long that was gonna take.
Okay, I got it. You guys
Why
ready?
is it being difficult?
Oh no, I'm just being an asshole.
Oh.
He's being incredibly facetious.
I'm
He's
just
just using
being a
his
little
little
guy. Don't worry.
He's just using his little baby hands
It's
to open up
my
the ring.
little baby hand.
He's just using
He's
his
just a
little
little
baby.
guy.
I'm just
and
a
it's
little
his
guy.
first day.
It's
Just
my
a little
first-
I'm
guy.
fairly sure your hands are like twice the size of mine.
Guys,
Hi.
rain. That is the first thing that you guys hear as you wake up in the living room of this garbage house that has rent split 5 ways between 5 young rats: Moss, Mold, Ficus, Reed Reynolds, and Fern.
The economy's doing great out here.
Reed Reynolds.
Just to remind you guys, the rats that own this house or are splitting this rent is Moss Rat, Mold Rat, Ficus Rat, Reed Reynolds, and Fern Rat.
Not
Is Reed-
writing
is-
any
is
of those
Reed-
down on principle.
Is Reed Reynolds related to the other ones?
Y-
Are they the rat family, or
Give
is he
me,
like renting a space
give-
from the rat family?
Give me a cunning check. See if you can't suss that out.
Don't threaten me with a good time here.
You are the
Nothing
detective.
gets me going quite like a dice roll.
And which it's weird that these are your first thoughts waking up, but sure. What's your roll on your cunning
Yeah,
check?
my first thoughts.
Remind me, is this one 2 dice for?
It's
we-
2 dice, yeah, because of crit
it's
box
good.
cards. Remember?
Yeah. All right, so that is. Cunning is a 9.
Okay, yeah, it's a success. But I'm gonna say, just to be an asshole,
That's fair.
animals having their species as their last name is so common. There's no way to determine that
Truly.
Moss, Mold, Ficus, and Fern are related to each other. But Reed Reynolds is most definitely of a different, probably more pretentious rat family.
These are 5 people who they met on Craigslist.
But okay, but
I-
these are Sam's first thoughts waking up.
So
which
the
is
problem is
weird.
that I'm an idiot, so I can't be the one who realizes it's raining in the sewers. I'm too dumb for that. So I need Ruby to be the one
no.
to think about it.
Well, let me.
He's saying that I'm thinking about the family, which was something. Actually, it makes sense that if Sam is surrounded by a bunch of new people, he's immediately trying to figure out what he's dealing with.
Right. My concern is that you thought of that instead of the fact that all of your backs are wet.
Oh,
Ah.
Where you were sleeping, where you were lying down, is wet, moist. You can actually see that the first floor of this house is actually flooded in about an inch and a half of water, which is a lot to creatures of your size. And Chewie, who either graciously or out of a little bit of cowardice, chose to sleep on the floor and has not yet to wake up. There is an enormous snot bubble just kind of
All right.
inflating.
Okay,
and
cool.
deflating.
So the important thing is he has breathing. Got it.
Because you definitely made it sound like you drowned.
Oh, that was not my intention, but I'm glad I clarified.
Good news, Crit. You don't need to come back next week.
Hey, I
Yeah.
killed you in your sleep. What a cruel DM I would have been.
Peacefully drowned in sewage water.
Peacefully drowned is my new favorite sentence. He peacefully drowned.
He peacefully drowned in the sewage water.
Like a
Deep beneath
bad
his home in the dark.
That's the best way to go. Surrounded by 3 people you kind of like.
Surrounded by 4 rats and Reed Reynolds.
Reed Reynolds is also a rat, I might add.
Yeah, but it's important to distinguish.
They are all rats in
It's
this
important
house.
to tell the difference between Reed Reynolds and the other 4.
Mm-hmm. Reed Reynolds wears glasses. The other ones don't.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the only notable difference.
Oh my god, is he like Clark Kent?
Oh no.
Is he Superman?
Super rodent, maybe. Who knows?
I just walk up and go, "Hey, do you guys have like a super-powered rat that helps the city?"
Yeah, crypto.
Why does your
I
friend...
was...
Why does your friend have a snot bubble coming out of his nose? Why did you make him sleep on the ground? Didn't you guys know it was gonna flood?
No, why would we know that it was gonna
Get
flood?
him out of the water!
Oh yeah, I pick him up and I just hold him in the air and go, "So anyway, do you guys got like a superhero rat that helps the city?"
I don't understand your obsession with this. We gotta take him upstairs to one of the drier beds. Come on.
All right, then. I'm scaring him above my head. Like I just... It feels like you're avoiding the question
Reed-
is like the thing.
What just popped in my head was pumping water out of Chewie like an old cartoon where it's just like pressing on his belly and
No, it's like you use his tail as like one of those plungers. Like one of those...
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Reed Reynolds takes you upstairs and kicks down Moss Rat's door and he says, "Get up, it's time for work, and this guy needs your dry bed." And Moss rolls over and says, "Fuck off." And then Reed kicks him in the back off of the bed, and now Moss is like up. He's like, "Ah, what? You didn't sleep on the floor, did he? Didn't you know it was gonna flood?" Always fucking
No, why would we know that?
Oh,
Yeah, we're not locals.
that's right, y'all are
Not-
topsiders. And he gets up, and he rubs the mold from his eyes. And he
Why do people assume I know anything? It's frustrating.
just listen. He'll be fine. It's probably just a cold. And Reed goes, "Yeah, you guys could actually, if you wanted to. I'm not gonna make you guys do anything, but you could come to work with us. We harvest special molds and whatnot. A lot of it is medicinal, and a lot of it is also for feeding the slime baron. But I mean, listen, no one really... Sickness is not really a thing that people worried about. Sickness around here is like a bruise. Like, people...
Yeah,
people
die or you don't.
it's like a bruise because, like, people... There's just so much of, like, moss-based and, like, mold-based medicine down here. There's nothing to worry about. But no one's going to give you it for free, so you guys are probably going to have to come to work with us. Which is,
Listen,
I
we
have
got
good news.
penicillin like that.
There's
but-
good news and there's, the bad news is that you guys are going to have to work with us. The good news is because it rained, all the streets are flooded, which means we don't have to walk to work. We can just take one of the gondolas.
You guys have boats down here?
It
Actually, it
floods.
doesn't sound like you do. It sounds like all they have is gondolas.
Do you not know?
Roddy doesn't know what a gondola is. Sounds like all they have
Sam-
is cheese.
I
immediately
can't
clocks
deal
that
with
Ronnie
this.
doesn't know what a gondola is. And it's like,
I
it's a boat.
cannot
It's a boat, Ronnie.
deal with this
Oh!
without my
Ah.
larva, egg, and moss sandwich in the morning. So I'm gonna go down to the bodega. You guys want? Hey guys, I'm going to the bodega. You guys want anything?
I lean over and go, "What's a bodega?"
It's like a convenience store.
Ah. I'm good.
Of course, the crow knows.
The sandwich sounds good.
Okay, yeah,
Did it?
I'll pick you up one as a treat because I'm feeling cranky,
Very
but y'all are topsiders and you're all really stupid. So.
It's very kind of you. It's a backhanded compliment.
Hey, I'll have you know that this guy isn't stupid. And point to Sam.
Yeah. So your friend here will be fine as long as he
My
stays
maxed
warm.
out cunning.
As long as he stays warm in bed, and he gets the penicillin, should be good. So you can just leave him here. He's not gonna move. He's sick. So I'll go down to the bodega. You guys make any other preparations you want to do before you leave today, and I'll meet you guys down at the street, and I'll show you how to hail a gondola. All right. Reed leaves. It looks like mold and fern and ficus left already. But Moss is slow and does not want to be up. Clearly doesn't really enjoy their life, and they are about for any last minute questions. But Reed has dipped to to start his day.
So, are we just alone right now, or are we?
Moss
like,
is getting ready slowly, like a grumpy teenager.
Interesting.
So, are we going to work with them?
While we ask, Ronnie is just going to eat any and all ants he can find in the room while we're talking. And I did confirm that possums do in fact eat ants before I said that sentence.
They're
Nice.
very good at it.
My favorite part of this thing I read is it lists a bunch of things they like to eat, and one of the things is fruit, and it's the only thing with a parentheses. It says fruit? parentheses, especially persimmons, and it goes back into everything else.
Persimmons?
They love persimmons.
They fucking live for yeah. It's like, oh yeah, they eat rats, mice, moles, beetles, ants, garbage, corn, fruit, especially persimmons, and even roadkill.
Saucy persimmons.
They just how this. That's the garnish for their trash diets. Simple puzzle. Do you know what I'm gonna go for today?
In my day-to-day, I dine on garbage, but every so often I treat myself to a little of persimmons. Anyway, you guys have to go to work.
But in another park, that's what's happening.
There's a bunch of fancy possums chewing on persimmons. Oh, the fine day! What a fine day! Yeah.
What a fine day for persimmons.
So anyway, Moss, before we head out here, we talked last night. Yeah. Can you pay it? Hey, wake up a little bit here. I promise I'll be out of your hair in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
The
He's got like a comb, and he's just like bad at combing, but he's still doing it.
Hang on, Ronnie. Can you help? Can you help the kid?
Now fuck off. I got this. I can groom myself. I'm not 3.
Just trying to be helpful. So the place where you do all the harvesting for the mold and the fungus and what.
Yeah.
Do all the older rats who have first come down here, do they also go to the same location to work?
Yeah, so they're like there's a phrase down here I've never like understood, but like people who like do a lot of counting, they call them kib counters down here for some reason. And that's their like official title down in the pipe where we harvest the mold. Because they've been here the longest, they get the easiest job or some shit like that. But yeah, they're the kib counters, and so they go and they count the barrels that we harvest, and it's whatever. But yeah, they'll be there, I guess.
All right.
Unless they're
Hey,
dead.
Ruby, we're going to work to answer your question.
No, okay.
I'm not too thrilled about it either, sweet cakes.
Oh, hey.
I've never had to work
a young lady
a
you're
day in
talking
my
to.
life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're Nepo babies. We've never worked a day.
How do you guys get food?
The churches provided food for free.
Oh, you guys are from the cult! That's crazy. Okay. Okay, yeah. He puts on like a Snickers leather jacket.
Of course, yes. What is a cult?
That's so rad.
It's like
Yeah, hold on. Before we continue, can we take a moment to appreciate Snickers
I need to
leather coat?
stop and appreciate the Snickers leather coat.
It's a Snickers. It's a Snickers wrapper, but he like puts it on like a sleeveless jacket.
Yep.
It's
Good
rad.
job, dude.
Yeah.
You've made a cool
Yeah,
ass one. I
the
appreciate
freaking
Does he have a
collar.
little
The collar
Does
is
he have a little
jagged.
rat
Yeah,
pompadour?
a little bit. Yeah.
I was picturing like putting on a newsy flat cap for some reason.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like very, it's like very New York, like it's very West Side Story, but like post-apocalyptic, and everyone is rats.
You said that like it was easy to follow.
That right there is like a 3-second clip that you just need to have as like a sting for the show. It's like
I shouldn't clip that.
Yeah.
Oh, she clipped that. Thank you. If you're here, I don't know if you come to these.
It's like Newsies, but post-apocalyptic, and
it's like West Side Story.
It's like blank. And
everyone is rat.
It's like Lord of the Rings, but it's post-apocalyptic
and everyone's rats. Okay, we get one more, then we gotta go forward. One more.
What's the funniest one?
It's like
It's like
SpongeBob.
Cyberpunk.
It's like SpongeBob, but it's post-apocalyptic and everyone is rats.
I thought
What does
SpongeBob
that
was
mean?
already
The
supposed to be post-apocalyptic.
Just drowned rats.
Okay, we gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. We've dwelled on Moss's excellent style for too long. You follow Moss out to the street where, a lot of other rats have gathered. The streets are full of rushing water. You see Reed coming out across the street and across the way from a bodega. He's got like 2 white wrapped parcels in his hand. These are obviously the sandwiches. And he tucks them under his arms like this, and you can see these plastic water bottles that have been cut in half, just moving like the flow of traffic, like right this way, left that way. And he expertly froggers his way, stepping on seats that are not occupied. Hitting a couple people along the way because this is these are full gondolas of people off to do their shit. But it's
fucking New York, kid.
It's fucking New York, and it's rats.
Post-apocalyptic and it's rats.
And it's rats, yeah. But he makes it to the other side, and he hands you, Sam, the one of the white wrapped parcels, and it's a little sandwich. It's got it's 2 pieces of, not too moldy bread, with some insect larva and insect egg and like moss just sandwiched in there. 3 nice distinct layers. You get a little bit of crunch from the larva. You get a little bit of just a nice, like a punch of like that good protein from the egg and the larva. And then it's dulled out by like the kind of soft, absorbent nature of the moss within the bread. And he just shoves that down his gullet. He's got places to go. And he sees that you 4 are there waiting for him, and so he takes a handkerchief out of his pocket and he waves down a rat in a newsy cap, and he's got this long chopstick, and he brings the gondola to a stop in front of you guys. Luckily, there's enough seats for everyone as everyone piles on. The plastic water bottle bobs a little bit in the water. So yeah, like I said, bad news is you guys have to come to work with us in order to save your friend. Bad news good news is that you don't have to walk. And he says, "Thanks, Johnny." And he dabs up Johnny. And you guys are sent just cruising through the streets of the Underdark here. You see a bunch of apartment buildings made out of milk crates. A few more bodegas that are like orange juice containers with holes cut out of them for big old windows. And he says, "You guys might want to keep your eyes low. We're passing through Little Italy." And
It's called Little Italy?
It's
Literally.
it's Littlest Italy.
It's New York, but rats. So you know how New York also has, how real world New York has a Goliath who's possessed by mushrooms? It's like that, but it's a fraud.
I mean, I don't know what's at the top of the Empire State Building. You tell me.
Well,
I guess I don't know either.
Hey, nobody knows here.
I do. It's a giant frog who commands ants.
Right. Okay.
It's also a frog in our world.
Speaking of, you can see a large number of ants just being washed away by this river. Clearly, the powers that be, the slime baron, in this case, has some kind of the production of new ant drones for the surveillance state is not something that he's concerned about. And also, these ants do seem to be able to maneuver not terribly in the water, but he's got to be losing ants. But it doesn't seem to be an issue. And you guys get washed down a few pipes. You can see Johnny with the long chopstick pushing the gondola down a few choice tunnels until you make it to this kind of landing grate. As you guys kind of wash gently over a small waterfall, and the gondola kind of skids to a stop as the water passes through the grate, but the gondola does not. And you guys are here at the mouth of this great big tunnel. It's a bit smaller than the initial tunnel that you guys found yourself at when you first entered the Underdark. There are a lot of rats just with just makeshift twine and plant fiber harnesses up on the walls, scraping with various sharp improvised tools. You can also see 2 water pipes running along the top side of this this bigger pipe. One seems to be almost glowing red hot, and the other one seems to it's colored blue, it's painted blue, but you can see that their close proximity to each other is creating a lot of moisture that seems to be spreading out along the top of this wall. So even as you enter this tunnel and you're no longer directly beneath a grate that is spewing rain on top of you, you still feel it. You still feel every so often a bit of moisture will drop directly from the ceiling down onto you. There is an older rat at like this kind of, this looks like a kib counter table type deal. It's like a tuna can that he's got here, and he's got a pile of harnesses and a pile of shards of glass, bits of metal. And Reed says, "How you doing, Ray?" "Hey! How you doing, Reed?" "You finally got moss up? That's nice, that's nice. Here you go." And he hands Reed a harness, and he hands him a tool. "Not today." "Okay, Moss, you're on squeezer duty, alright? Listen. I don't know what's got into you, Sonny, but your numbers...
Call him Sonny.
The numbers are not as, we're trying to find the best spot for you. And the numbers that you are producing up on the walls are just not up to par with everyone else. And I get the sneaking suspicion that is intentionally so. And I know also that you don't like being a squeezer. So what we're going to do is we're going to put you on the squeezer. That way, the squeezer doesn't really, just get over there, okay? And Moss just kind of takes off his jacket, puts it on the pile with everyone else's overcoats and whatnot, and he walks over, and you see this giant, it looks like a giant juice press, but it's made of a mason jar, and this long twisting piece of metal, and on the top platform of this is a team of rats walking in a circle, pushing a large bar that twists this long spiral down and pushes a large disc down onto whatever's inside this mason jar and causes the juice to squeeze out of a spigot in the bottom into a little barrel. It's like one of those. It's like a medicine, like a prescription cap, or you guys know what I'm talking about. Those little
Like
medicine.
a medicinal vial.
Medicinal. Well, it's like
one of these
it's one of those.
That's
Yeah, one of
actually
those.
what they're called.
One of those.
Yeah, that's actually what they're called.
You're
They're
in the
called vials,
business,
yeah.
aren't you?
I worked in a pharmacy for 5 years.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And you see Moss make his way up the scaffolding to join up the squeezers, as they've been dubbed. And you see on the name tag of this old rat handing out jobs is Ray. Okay. Why are none of yous rats?
That's funny you should ask.
A deep
we're
philosophical
new
question,
here.
actually.
You guys topsiders, welcome to the Underdark. My name's Ray. A lot of people call me Rusty. In fact, when they're being formal, they like to call me Rusty Ray. I'm kind of,
Pleasure to meet you, Rusty Ray.
You're not gonna offer me a fucking handshake?
Okay. Again, I'm used to a different society, and I've been told to give nice, firm handshakes, so I'll pretty much accidentally break this man's hand. Not quite, but... I'm gonna...
Oh! Okay! Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the squeezer, is that alright?
I don't know what that means. But
That means you walk
got
in a
it.
circle and you don't use your head.
This is... I turn around and go, guys, I think this is the perfect job for me.
Sounds like it.
Now you follow Moss up there to the mason jar, and you just walk in a circle with the rest of the dum-dums. Got it?
All right, then.
All right. And you,
Don't-
young
don't
lady,
worry
what
about
is
it.
your name?
My name. Should we use our titles here?
Titles.
I just shout from a distance, yes!
Titles.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ruby. I don't think they care.
Do it anyway.
Well, the topsiders call me Dame
What?
Ruby Possum.
I'm gonna call you stupid. So, what do you
I warned
do
you. I warned
on
you.
what did you
This is-
what did you do on the top side there, lady?
Not a lot.
I pull out my fox tooth knife. I've got this.
Oh, you brought your
I
own
did
scraper.
that.
All right. And he hands you a harness. Now you follow Reed over there to the wall. He'll show you the ropes. Also, these are the
Literally.
ropes. Go ahead and put these on. And what the fuck am I gonna do with a bird?
Yeah.
Chicken
So
fly.
yeah. Can so Rusty, right? Just making sure I
Rusty
get this
Ray.
straight.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Detective Sam Morgan.
Fucking cop.
Pleasure's all mine.
Yeah,
We'll say previously.
Everybody, watch your
previously,
mouth. We got a fucking cop here.
You don't have to worry about it. Let's just say that I'm not in the underdog for cop.
wrong precinct, yes.
Yeah, wrong precinct.
You're telling me not to use my title.
I know it's hilarious.
It's a habit. I'm very old. Hey,
Old birds.
Rusty, do you mind if I talk? Can we talk for a minute? I got a quick question. I know
How
you're
old
busy. I know
are
you're
A
you?
busy.
line way behind.
Yeah. Step out of line. I got other numbnuts to
Yeah.
put to work.
We can figure out what I can do to help out in the long run. But I got a couple questions that I need to run past you. It is not a cop situation per se.
So you were banished, huh?
More self-banished, more or less.
What the fuck does that? What does that mean?
Yeah,
Self-banished.
we need to
It
talk.
means he kicked himself out.
Yeah, this is a different. You guys are off doing jobs. I don't know.
Yeah,
We can
I
get to
like
you guys in a
yelled
second.
Down from the top.
So I'm assuming that we wait the mid-morning rush to get everybody assigned to their jobs to have.
I mean, if you want to
conversation
if you want to stick around that long, we can cut to Ronnie and Ruby learning the ropes.
Yeah, because I don't know what you're gonna have me do as a bird.
Yeah,
You can-
the DM, is still trying to figure that out. Something I've had way
Like,
too long to figure out and haven't done.
in my personal brain, I feel like the age of Sam meeting up with the age of Rusty Ray.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, he's an old man. Come sit over here for a minute. It's like he has to talk. We'll figure out
that
what
might
you can
be
do
what
afterwards.
ends up happening.
But you might die. So if you start working, so
right. So we cut to Ronnie, who shows up at the top of the squeezer, and there are jacked rats up here. Not as jacked as the badgers? No. Yeah, badgers that you were wrestling with in the forest. But these people are prison jacked. These rats are prison jacked. You know, it's like prison, but it's post-apocalyptic and they're all rats.
But it's post-apocalyptic.
It's the Kim Possible movie in the future where everyone's ripped.
Hell yeah.
And also it's post-apocalyptic
and everyone's rats.
Yeah.
And by the time you got up there, Moss had already done like a half rotation. There's 4 spokes, and he's all the way on the opposite side of this platform. And there's another old rat up here. Says, "Damn, you're tall. What are you standing around for? Get in there."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just get in there. And it's not hard work. It's not hard work, but it is hard work.
I feel like Ronnie is a little too good at it. You can have me roll if you want.
Go for it.
But I feel like after a while, like he's dragging everyone else along.
It's a mic check. Yeah.
You ever watch Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Where
I did.
They make him push the spinning grind, and it's just him doing it by himself.
Yeah, it has that energy. For record, I rolled a 13, so.
They did the same skit in Dave the Barbarian.
It seems like a very common strong guy trope. Yeah. But so yeah, you do this. You do this very well. Moss kind of feels it the second you start pushing, and it probably also helps that you're at the farthest point on the handle, so you get the maximum amount of leverage.
Oh yeah, it's over.
It's absolutely over. When you first arrived, you guys were like halfway down the mason jar. Within a matter of like 2 minutes, you guys are at the bottom, and it's time to reset. And Polly,
3 dudes are losing their job today, and Ronnie is not getting a raise.
The
capitalism.
The old rat, watching over these young rats doing the grunt work. Says, "All right, guys, it's time to reload. Everyone get on the scaffolding." Everyone gets ushered off. You see 4 rats get down in a deadlift position and unscrew the top of the mason jar slowly. And the top of the mason jar comes off. You see this old rat start to rewind up the corkscrew, the spiral pillar that makes this whole compressing thing possible. And he's like, "All right, bring in the next batch of mold." And from that, we're gonna go ahead and cut to Ruby, who is up on the walls. There is, you are belayed in by another older rat. There's another old rat who's belayed you up, to the wall, and he says, "Hey, that's a very fancy scraper you got there. Where'd you get it?"
I got it from the mouth of a fox.
What?
Yeah. This is a fox tooth.
How the hell did you... I ain't never seen a fox!
Yeah, it got punched right out of his face.
Wow! You must be some tough dame to be punching foxes.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, good. Use that tough dame attitude and get the mold off of this wall.
Ruby never said she punched it out.
Yeah, and he made assumptions.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm distracted by a little. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and give me a finesse check. It's like cutting a fillet, but the meat is a wall and it's also moss and mold.
And it's post-apocalyptic.
And everyone's rat.
Everyone's
Damn it! I've ruined metaphors. I mean similes. I'm sorry.
That's
All
It's the name of the
wordplay
episode.
is ruined.
It's the name of the episode.
Yeah. What'd you roll?
9.
9. Yeah. It takes a little getting used to. You're not used to. You're much more used to a stabbing nature, whether it be stabbing out the tires in someone's car, or stabbing a can of paint and letting it go berserk in an alleyway, or stabbing a fox. You're used to doing stabbing. This is a different.
Shotgun and beers, hell yeah!
But this is a different knife action that you get the hang of it, and you slough off the mold, and it slides down into a trough. And the trough slides all that mold into a barrel. And you get up there, and you're just starting to get used to the knife action. When you hear the old rat at the top of the juicer, the squeezer, say, call everyone off from the platform to get that thing reloaded. And so the old rat that you're working with belays you down, and he says, all right, take that pile of unsqueezed gunk, put it into Big Mason jar. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Do you guys exchange any words as Ruby goes up to put the gunk in the thing?
Ruby, did I tell you what penicillin is? I'm trying to figure out that's what we're up to. I do know what
Talked about antibiotics at some point.
Penicillin is an antibiotic. I unfortunately know what penicillin is. I don't know if that's what we're doing, though.
I feel like it came up at least more than once.
Oh, it did. You know what antibiotics are.
Yeah, I just don't know if that's what we're doing, right?
Well, we're doing some kind of mold essence harvesting.
Okay. Yeah, I guess my question is, do I know if there's anything we could do to make more effective penicillin from my deep knowledge of antibiotics? If so, I feel like I'd speak up by accident.
I feel like you would have needed, just off the word antibiotics, you know of its history, because you knew the history of school. When I told you that you knew the history of school when you read the word school, you're not sure how to refine the process, however, of making penicillin. Cool. Yeah. You know what it is, you know its variations, you know how it began, but how to improve on it is beyond you.
I was trying to go for one of those New Yorker moments, where where I'll be like, hey, wouldn't it make sense to do this to, get back to spinning, boy? And then I go,
So yeah, fresh gunk.
Like all New York post-apocalyptic rat movies.
Yeah. Look at this guy thinking he knows things. Get back to spinning, boy.
Fresh skunk is added to the bottom of the mason jar and fills up because we got like 50 or so rats on the wall scraping gunk. And it fills up the mason jar. The top gets put back on, and the spokes are lowered back on. And Ronnie's team is put back to squeezing. And because Ronnie is so strong, it soon becomes the timing is thrown off. And you find that, Ronnie, you have a lot more free time than anyone else has ever had at the squeezer job. And you guys have to wait constantly for there to be enough fresh skunk to get squeezed out. But
Moss, why don't you like this job? You don't have to do anything.
No, normally we're squeezing for the whole day, but you look insanely jacked for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I truly don't know how that happened.
Wait, hold on. Is this, and he's pointing to your broad shoulders and T-shaped torso, is this a cult thing? Because if this is a cult thing, I could totally get down to doing that.
That entirely
I would totally
depends
get
on
swole for your god.
That entirely depends on what a cult is.
Getting jacked
Okay.
for Christ.
So I understand it that a cult is like a club, but you're not allowed to leave because if you leave, you go to an imaginary bad place. I mean, a bad place after you die.
I don't think my religion has that, but we've not really delved too deep into what the consequences of my gods are. I'm gonna be honest.
Don't you have pamphlets of the Good Burger?
I pull out a pamphlet.
Give me, Ronnie, give me a cunning check.
Okay.
What's your cunning score?
I actually do have a point in cunning. At this point, I have a point in everything. Just because I ran out of things I wanted until I just saw one more thing I want on my character sheet. That is a 7, so a partial success.
You know that there is a hell. You're not quite.
Fiddlesticks.
You're not quite sure what it is, because because it's like very vaguely described, even in the pamphlets.
Much like the Bible.
It's described.
Ha-cha-cha.
There's a lot more focus put on the eternal orgasmic afterlife that this Good Burger diet will give you after you pass, and the idea is this Good Burger diet when you die will allow you to pass into this eternal orgasmic afterlife, and it is the best thing, the bestest, greatest thing that could happen to someone when they die. So any other thing that could possibly happen is bad by comparison, and therefore why would we talk about it? Why would you want to know about it? We have the best thing. This is the greatest thing.
We got Good Burger.
There's nothing else. There's nothing else for you. Roll a charm check to see if you can. Roll a charm check with advantage to get Moss to fully convert to the Church of Good Burger.
By the end of the week, Moss is just huge.
With advantage, I did get boxcars.
You did get boxcars?
Fuck yeah!
Okay. So Ruby, you find one of these times when you're bringing your barrel of mush up the stairs, you hear a familiar you hear like a garbled long something in the distance. You can't understand it, but it's of a similar cadence and rhythm, and you recognize it from somewhere. But it's been so long since you actually attended church that you don't recognize that Ronnie is giving a full-on Good Burger sermon here at the top of the squeezer. Ronnie, could you give me 20 seconds?
And through the light of... I haven't been to church in years. Through the light of the Good Burger, we are blessed with the bounties, not just in this life, but the next, of the fries, of the boigers, purely for our love and devotion.
The older rat that was supervising raises his hand to ask a question.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Polly Rat. I haven't been to the good church since I was exiled. And I found it very hard to maintain the Good Burger diet while down here in the Underdark. We're not really allowed up to scavenge in the holy dumpster. How are we to follow the Good Burger's teaching in this place?
The
answer is a crusade.
Yeah. The problem is that's what I'm hearing in my head.
Right? As the illusory dad on your shoulder, the answer is a crusade.
As Ruby passes by to do the thing, I just go, Ruby, we gotta get these guys back up there.
And we cut to Rusty Rat and Sam.
It's been 4 hours.
This was my plan the whole time.
Rusty Rat and Sam are sitting on the completed barrels of moss and mold essence. Rusty's got he's holding a dewdrop in his hand and he's sucking at it, getting a good drink of water. So it's me, Tony Red, he's over there with the belays, and Paulie. He's up there at the squeezer. We were some of the youngest rats during the Great Purge, when we all were sitting down here for fucking raccoons up. I guess that's what they told us. But I don't think that's why. I don't think that's why.
Well,
Officially, we've been a human. No, it's not. That may have been the catalyst, but that wasn't the real fucking reason. And he holds his hand up, and another dewdrop collects in his hand.
I'm
So
taking
cock me
notes.
before I've had my due.
Well, I'm offering him like in exchange for information here, Rusty. Let me, can I offer you anything that I have? I got a pocket full of birdseed. I have some shitty catnip, and I'm assuming that Sam would have stocked back up on like a bottle of booze that's not poison when he made it back to the park.
Sure. He sees your birdseed, and he says he's like, what and you know if any of those will grow? Germinate.
Hey, there's only one way to find out, man. You can have as many as you like. Just sit and talk with me for a minute. I'll give them all to you, man. This is just food.
Listen, there's a tunnel, 2 lefts and a right, past the ziggurat, where there's just a lot of dirt, and it gets a fair bit of sun. I don't know where it comes from. It's way, way, way up there. A bit of dirt, a whole lot of sun. It just comes out and it pours out like a freaking heavenly glowing waterfall. If I could grow a sunflower or something like that, I feel like it would give us a whole lot of hope.
Now I have to find out what goes into birdseed.
Definitely the sunflowers are part of that.
There's definitely sunflowers, but there's other things.
Common
it depends
birdseed.
on what kind, because like normally they're like black oil sunflower seeds, so they've got like that coating on them.
Yeah.
Sunflower, safflower, thistle, millet.
Got thistle in there? Damn.
Corn, peanuts, and sorghum. So it's like a bunch of grains. Yeah,
I'll take the seed. Yeah. What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want my account on? Because I can only give you what I know, and what I know is all I know.
That's fair, man. That's all I'm here for. That's the only reason I came down here. So
it's fucking mind-boggling y'all came down here voluntarily.
It
does sound like the Don was gonna shove you down here anyway. Regardless.
I'll give you the once over of what's happening up top right now. So we had a. Are you familiar with what a deer is?
You have a lot of questions.
My sweetheart used to call me deer.
Yeah, it's a different spelling. I found out in the library.
What the hell is a library?
It's a human.
Oh, you did.
It's a human receptacle of information. So
okay.
So here's the over-under real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We had a deer get shot by a human. Came into our park. Really turned things topsy-turvy on topside. We ended up having to escort it back, but in the meantime, the raccoons have tried to place a hit on several people. They're trying to make a power play to take over the whole park on topside. Me, as a previous law enforcement, dealing with some... I said previous, got some corruption, dealing with that too. Long story short, I'm trying to figure out why the rats were banished in the first place. And my impression, given everything that I've learned so far, is that it did have to do with the raccoons.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So if you could tell me what you know, any information you got, anything I can do to try to make your life easier for you down here by making life easier for me up topside, this is going to work out both ways for us.
Okay. So you know Kibbles,
Yep.
Yeah, currency. Yeah, it wasn't always
I
like
got
it wasn't.
got a handful in my pocket right now, man. I know.
It wasn't always like that. Kibbles became the standard currency of the top side because of the raccoons. We used to barter with everything, fast food, bird seed, garbage, leaves, shiny rocks. Shiny rocks never really took off. I invested a lot in shiny rocks. It didn't pan out. Oh well.
I'm a collector.
But if you needed something, that came from a human domicile of some kind, the best people to ask were always rats. Us, our kind. Because we could always get in there, get in, get out, bada bing, bada boom, you got what you need. And we accepted all kinds of currency. We were the goer and the getters of the top side. I guess the raccoons didn't like that. Especially when new neighborhood got put in and a whole lot of houses showed up at the park. And suddenly, houses were the ones that could get things for the humans, get things from human houses and bring them to the raccoons and the other residents. I mean, we still had our business. We still had a few houses that hadn't have any houses, so we could still hit up those places for whatever you needed. It was easy, But here's this thing: raccoons are very charismatic creatures in the sense that they know how to talk up a dog, and they're kind of alien in the sense that they know how to placate a dog, and they know how to see eye to eye with a cat. And dogs are all scared of us. Well, a few dogs are not scared of us, and that's a huge problem for us.
That's fair.
And cats will rip our fucking faces off.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I get it.
And because, raccoons and cats and dogs, they play nicer than we do, and houses have, and we take from what they have, that's where it all kind of, that was all bubbling under the surface. And then one day, this little teapot, this tiny little pug starts running his mouth off at us rats one day. He's running his mouth off, talking how big shit he is and how he's got a mountain of toys back in his house, and he's got a fancy little car that his owner drives him around and yada yada yada. He's just making big old yap and just running his mouth, and we all just kind of fucking sick of it. And then his human comes over and starts to come and save her little dog, and maybe one of us blows our top, huh? And one of us takes a little piece back, a little piece of us back from the humans, and maybe humans don't like that. Maybe what the humans don't like, the dogs don't like, and the cats don't like. And whatever the cats and dogs don't like, the raccoons don't like. And maybe one day Church of Good Burger says no rats allowed in the church anymore because they don't respect the precious gods, the stupid fucking humans. And then maybe one day the mayor gets elected and calls himself the mayor. First degree, must refer to this fucker as mayor. Second degree, every fucking rat in the Underdark. But we all knew he was pulling the strings. The fat-ass raccoon.
Yeah.
One by one, we got dunked. I have a nephew.
That sounds incredibly inefficient to do it one by one. I'm not saying that.
This is an incredibly serious scene.
I know. There's a lot to think of.
The red thread is the red thread's coming together.
Yeah.
I gotta ask the turning point, the one that bit the human, the rat that bit the god. Name Scratch.
Nah, Scratch is my nephew. He won.
Scratch's nephew. Oh,
He's a little kooky. Yeah, I got really into human artifacts. But if you're looking for the rat who's tasted God, you're looking at him.
Rusty, my man, you were the one who started the whole thing. All right. I gotta say, I'm gonna put this right off the bat. You kid Scratch, good guy. He's a good guy.
Oh, my nephew's alright.
Yeah, Loopy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He never made it down here. Do you know what happened?
A funny story. When we was telling you the whole deal with the deer, we brought him back to the woods, outside of the human realm.
Wait, that's what?
So the Scratch is all right. He the last time we saw him, granted, he wasn't there when we came back, but there's picture the dumpster from Good Burger.
Picturing, yeah.
But now multiply that by a lot. I'm not good with math. But
a place like that can't possibly fucking exist. You're talking about a perfect utopia. What are you? What the fuck you?
I'm gonna tell you that. So, the only thing I can think of is I have the sending stone for Momo Red, like the way to communicate to Momo Red. That's the only thing I can think of proof that we were at the dump.
Oh, it's a shiny stone.
Yeah, shiny stone.
Yeah.
So
he takes it in his hand, bites it. Oh well. You know, you usually don't see jade. You know.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
First I thought it was Jasper. I thought it was Jasper at first, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
Found out from a book from the humans.
What the fuck is a book?
I'm
killing me. I know.
So happy I can't hear you. I'd be so mad.
It's been a long 2 weeks. Don't tell Ronnie. So this shiny stone is a magic human communication device to speak to other. I want to call them toys, but they were alive. That worked with Scratch. They're his friends, and they all lived together in this place that they called the dump. And it was
actually called Refusokyo, but yeah.
Yeah, Refusokyo. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I can read the sign now.
In your memory, you can read it now.
It's clear in my mind now what the letters meant. It calls it Refusokyo. Picture towers upon towers.
As you're holding the sending stone and describing it, it's actually a holographic projection of your memories of Refusokyo shine out. And Rusty kind of gets taken back a little bit, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't tell it to do that. I don't know how that works.
And he takes it in his hands, and he's thinking about Scratch, and then the color changes. The color of the light shining out of this green stone turns red, and you can see out of Momo Red's eyes as he's following a rat with kind of kooky star-shaped sunglasses and an anime-ass cape made out of a Home Depot garbage bag, the Home Depot disposable grocery bag, and he's walking through the sewers. Scratch? Scratch! It doesn't seem like they can hear you.
But it looks like, that looks like down here.
That does look like the sewers. And you see them coming up upon a chamber. The floor is lined with dirt, and the sun is pouring down like a golden waterfall.
I'm calling it the sewer farm because that's all I think.
Sewer farm.
I don't know what it is right now, so in my notes it is the sewer farm.
Okay. And he shoves the stone back into your hands. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We can't leave. The slime baron will know. I count the bean. I count the kib. I count the barrels. I make sure we have enough barrels. But if we arrive early with the allotted barrels, he'll ask for more in the normal amount of time the next time. So it's best if we just kind of hang out here for now.
Yeah,
Okay.
take your time. Well, we can. This is
just-
something we can figure out if we
we
can.
gotta project normalcy. We can't let him figure out that anything has changed, anything has improved, or else it's gonna make everyone else's lives suckier.
Do you have a speakeasy, some place where you can talk in private outside of the eyes of the ants? We can finish up this workday. I can help out however you need. I mean, we can lend Ronnie and Ruby out all day.
Listen, I've got no fucking clue. Got no fucking clue. You know how many times I've sat in front of that fucking toad because I said I run my mouth off for some fucking reason?
No, I get you, man. I did the same thing. Right off the bat, I hate that thing. We'll figure this out.
We'll figure this out.
We're going to figure this out.
Anyway, back up at the sermon. Ronnie.
I didn't plan more sermon.
Well, you guys have. What's important is that you guys have realized that there is a hunger for the light of the good burger, and there is cause for a crusade. All it really needs is a little bit of planning.
I definitely didn't already want a crusade because it's a horrible thing happening down here. Now that they want God, I'm on board.
Now that they want God,
you just
You
say
have your
so.
holy mission.
Yeah, I definitely didn't switch my fucking drive from principles to justice.
Well, I think justice fits for this because it's justice for these poor rats that are living down.
Yeah, that's my point. No, it's no longer me motivated by principle. It's me motivated by justice.
justice.
There's injustice in these sewers.
I become like one of those aggressive pastors who talks about the apocalypse.
The end is now.
No longer will we be under the thumb of that fucking toad.
I don't say that. One injustice at a time. I would sure like to knock this toad down a peg or two. A lily pad or two, if you know what I mean.
What's a lily pad? Well, a lot of these rats have spent their whole lives in the sewer.
Oh yeah. Do I know the lily? Is there a pond at the?
Oh
at
yeah,
the
there's a
fuck-
couple lily pads at the, down in the creek.
It's kind of like the ground, but for water.
You mean like
I'm
ice?
not wrong.
You mean like ice?
What?
I gotta get you that ring back.
Yeah, you really do. It's the only thing keeping my character from being hit, so. I'm not wrong. That's what I really pad.
Kinda.
The ground, but for water.
You mean like ice, though?
No, but like for warm temperatures.
You mean like when the water? You mean like when the water is, so fully saturated with like mold and moss that it's kind of spongy and you can kind of walk on it.
It wholly
Sounds
depends on
good.
what the word saturated means.
It's like mold then.
No, well, it's a plant, so I'll take it.
It's a plant?
It's a plant. It's a plant that floats on the
Is it
water.
a-
You can.
Is it a plant like moss or is the plant like mushroom?
Closer to mushroom. It's like a gondola made of plant.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's like the big maple leaves, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah.
We're getting somewhere. That's good enough. Honestly, that's close enough. I don't understand them well enough. I need to explain them further.
Polly Rat is like, okay, guys, okay. Listen, it's all fine and good. We've had a nice chat about philosophy and about where we're going when we're gonna die. But that screw isn't gonna turn itself, all right? A couple of rats go, come on, Polly, we've already produced over the quota. Can't you let us chill? I'm sorry, but this is my job. Come on, get back up on the jar.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. Why don't I do this round alone, and I'll give all these boys pamphlets to read.
You can't do this alone.
I would like to do it alone.
I bet you half my
Yes.
payment in moss and Moss and Ooze that you can't do this alone.
You know what? Yeah, let's do this. All right, hold on. I lean over and I go, I'm going to need to know how much that is. I don't know how the money works down here.
So, okay, so, you know, because you're not a kib counter, you're gonna get like a bottle cap full. My compensation is usually half of one of the barrels that we've been filling up.
Ah, so I'd get like a quarter
you'd
barrel?
be getting a quarter barrel and a soda cap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I rolled another set of bucks.
Okay.
I can roll when it matters, but when I'm just being a hunk,
Whatever
15.
clothes Ronnie was wearing at the time evaporate, and you see inexplicably the neon light of Good Burger shines down upon you as you truly do a Samson-esque task. You know, Samson, God's strong man.
Boulder up the hill.
You know, Samson, God's strong man from the Bible.
Yeah.
yeah, it's the him's with the long hair.
Hymns
yeah.
with the long
Yeah,
hair
cut
and
it off.
the
And
jaw,
it's-
Yeah, the guy with the hair.
the guy with the hair and the jaw of
Damn
an
you,
ass.
Delilah.
Damn you, Delilah.
It's like the story of Samson in the Bible, but it's
Apocalyptic and everyone's rats. The joke keeps going.
Hey, if you make me spend like what 3-4 minutes on the lily pad bit, I get to keep doing the rat bit.
I'm not complaining. This is hilarious.
hilarious.
That's freaking great.
Yeah, that was.
Oh my
This is
god.
not quite on
I might
Bow levels, but it's getting.
I might need
Oh,
to make
yes.
this a t-shirt. I might need to make it.
It's post-apocalyptic, except
And
it's
everyone's
post-apocalyptic,
rats.
and everyone's a rats.
also rest.
And everyone's rats. Ruby, you've seen your brother do, you know, fantastic feats of strength. So Long Gay Wolf was pretty cool, but this here, not nearly as cool. But all the rats think it's really cool.
It's impressive.
It's impressive.
It's not quite.
It's not So Long Gay Wolf, but this.
I forgot
This
about
shit?
So Long Gay Wolf.
It was a funny thing to just say, and my brain had to like process.
Yeah, tossing off the Bowser Wolf.
Woo! And Sam, you hear this ruckus going up on top of the squeezer, and Rusty's like, "What the fuck is going on up there?" Excuse me, I gotta go help Polly with the rebel rousers.
He does that a lot.
I'll come with
Yeah,
you. It's probably
Yeah,
Ronnie.
you've
I'll
got
go.
like all
It's one of the
rats
two of them. It's
in
you-
the scaffolding, just saying, "Go, go, go."
I can probably spot that it's not Ruby, like clock that it's not Ruby.
Well, actually,
immediately,
Ruby is like right there at the edge of the scaffolding, cheering on her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like,
Yes.
okay, so it's not Ruby, so it's got to be Ronnie causing the problem. I'll go up with you.
As you approach, you hear Ronnie, 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 and you see Ronnie full tilt with like intense speed. My voice cracked brilliantly there. Full speed. Just cranking this like single-handedly at the edge, so maximum leverage.
He's cranking it, and everyone's watching.
Just cranking this twister, just single-handedly from the top of the mason jar all the way down to the bottle, all the way down to the bottom, extruding just insane volumes of juice. Yes, Ronnie cranks out insane volumes of juice.
That's a sentence.
That is indeed a sentence, and I wanted it to be funny, but no one laughed.
It's like comedy, but
like-
it's supposed to feel it.
Everyone's rats.
How did Moss get so big? Well, Ronnie's juice, and so now Moss is juice, and
Oh yeah, Moss is also
Moss
there.
is
Yeah.
already a little buffer somehow.
It's like an aura. He's just a buff. It's like a buffness aura.
Paladin aura.
Yeah, Ronnie,
Ronnie
Ronnie,
is a paladin.
Ronnie, Ronnie, Ronnie. Yeah, Sam, this is a little dumbfounding for you.
I knew he was.
It's pretty
I'm like-
run of the mill.
I look at Rusty, and I'm just like, I knew he was strong, but like, I don't know.
Holy shit. Damn. Yeah, we can't let this guy leave.
Yeah. At the bottom, I do the whole, like, are you not entertained?
Just a gladiator at the bottom of the pit. Yes!
Yeah, we can't let this guy leave.
Element.
Absolutely fucking
Anyway,
not.
I'd like to now leave.
Okay. We all need to pretend. Listen. Yeah. Rusty's like, okay. We've definitely overproduced. But we still need to pretend like we're working until the sun hits that piece of glass, and you can see the one ray of sunlight coming in, and it's just barely beneath the piece of glass. So, yeah, if you see an ant, pretend like you're working. But like we've got all the barrels we need, truly.
Ronnie, good job.
I walk over to Sam and I go, I earned an extra quarter barrel of mysterious goo.
Oh, good. Maybe
I
we
still don't know.
Hold on to that, because maybe we can use that to buy the medicine with the currency down here to get Chewy back on.
Oh, that is the
Did
medicine.
you figure out what's going on?
Oh,
it's
it's extremely nutrient rich, and it contains penicillin.
Oh, good. Don't take this the wrong way, Rusty. There's a raccoon here with us. Yeah, I might as well just tell you. He's the nephew of the Don, who's currently running the raccoon mob. However, he has come forth to me as a witness to the Don's crimes and has actually put together a pretty solid case against the Don. I'm protecting him myself to keep him alive so that I have a way to prove what's happening up above.
Give me a charm check.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to beat a 7.
Charm is not my best. Fairly certain I have a negative in charm.
Anti-charming.
Yeah, I am not a charming bird.
I could have told you that. Hot cha-cha.
However, I did roll a 9.
Ooh, nice.
You
rolled a
Partial success.
two fives minus 1.
You can see in his eyes that the entire sentence how
I get it.
minusculely the end of that sentence mattered to him, but it is just enough for him to not. It's that he is extremely mad at the raccoons and all that shit. And you can kind of sense that he's also very mad at himself.
I show him I pull it out of my pocket. I have the vial of rat poison that Chewy gave me.
Whoa.
This, I'm gonna tell Rusty. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat.
Whoa.
That kid who I'm protecting.
Whoa.
He was sent to kill me, and instead came to me and gave it to me. He's a good raccoon. It's weird to say there's another one that cooks really good food for some reason out in the woods. I don't get it. There's 2 out of the whole bunch that are good. Not everybody's a bad egg. I put it back in my pocket. It's like, I'm holding on to this. This is evidence. Don't worry, it's not leaving the pocket ever again. I'm just telling you right off the bat. Don't brush him under the carpet just yet.
Rusty gets really fucking close to you. You listen to me, you fucking bird. The only reason why I didn't snap my fingers and have this whole compound snap your neck is because they all really seem to like your possum boy over there. Do you understand?
What are you guys talking about?
This muscular idiot just saved your ass in a monumentous way. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I no longer like you. I no longer like your boy. I no longer like Stupid, the girl over there. I especially still don't like that boy you're protecting.
I don't need you to like me. Rusty, I don't need you to like me, man. I just need you to work with me.
Without another word. Without another word.
To being disliked.
Without another word, he turns around and walks down the scaffolding. Without another word.
Oh,
I knew that was how that was going to go as soon as Chewie came up.
Shit.
Sam, I don't know what's going on there, but I've gotten into this thing now where I don't like figures of authority. So if you need me to, I guess I can do that.
Nah,
Ruby
Ronnie,
rubbing
we
off
just
on you.
Yeah, but yeah, Ruby more than that.
nah, Ronnie, we just need to make sure that Chewie's not safe down here. Is the long and short of it.
Well, yeah, he doesn't know where to sleep, I've gathered.
No,
But other
no,
than that,
it's worse than that. I relay now that there's a break in the work. I can fill Ronnie in with the information that I learned.
Ronnie
more or
has
less
been.
because-
Ronnie's kind of like being taken arm in arm with the rest of the rats down to the barge to load up the barrels, but you can fill him in while he's working still.
Yeah, I'm walking.
yeah,
and I can
I'm
walk
doing
and talk.
one
Walking and
arm.
talking. Yeah.
Well, I'm not only bigger than a rat, I'm also strong for a possum.
Right. This is two very good things working very well for you.
I'm just like, it's just like imagine a bunch of regular employees and then Shaquille O'Neal. Like that just
You are the shack, but it's a apocalypse, and everyone is rats.
And also Rick.
and also rip, just not that on at the bottom. So
Yeah, I feel-
Apocalypse.
I'm assuming Ruby's still up on the scaffolding because they haven't come down yet.
I
So
mean,
haven't
Ruby
heard
was
about
definitely
that.
part of the crowd. It's part like the vibe of everyone is that it's production time has stopped and loading time has begun, and so everyone's
Yeah.
off the
Okay.
walls and they're taking the barrels over to the barge, which
I'm
is actually
basically just
like a
saying.
large. It's like a series of milk cartons that have been cut in half and tied together with like plant fiber.
They do know what plants are. No, so I'm filling in Ronnie and Ruby about the story that Rusty told me about what actually caused them to be excommunicated from the park and the reason why Chewie is not safe. And that way Ronnie knows why this tense conversation with Rusty happened. However, the silver lining of the conversation is that our friend Scratch is down here in the sewers, and there is a safe haven where the rats could potentially live, or could potentially harvest proper food to nourish their muscles to do this crusade.
You get Sam. You get tapped on the shoulder, and Polly Rat. He's there. He's a little skinnier than Rusty Rat, but he is a little taller, and he's got his hat in his hands. He's like, "Hey, sorry to bother you, but Rusty has informed me that he gave you a lot of information for bird seed, and he is yet to receive the bird seed. And I was just told to come and collect. He doesn't want to talk to you anymore, but I still listen. This guy over here, he's super cool. I'm not quite sure what Rusty's upset about. I'm sure he'll tell me later, but for right now, he just kind of wants the bird seed. So if you can hand it over, I'd appreciate it."
Yeah, I dump my whole pocket. I no longer have birdseed on me.
So it fills his entire hat, and he kind of waddles
fills
away.
his entire hat. Yeah.
I got it. Yeah. Well, y'all square
Do
there.
I have anything else to give him that can kind of put us in their good graces?
You got
What do I
like
have
a
in my
bubble,
equipment?
right?
I would like to. I'd like to mark. What do you use to depletion? That's what you use.
Depletion is what you mark
Never mark depletion.
to inexplicably get something. Yeah.
Ronnie has never pulled an object out of anywhere, but he is going to produce one French fry and offer it to send with him.
Oh my God! How did you keep it
I
so
don't-
nice and crispy?
Yeah, it's just because in my jacket pocket it's just so hot.
Your muscles just generate so much heat. Don't marsupials have little pockets?
We do.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what makes them marsupials.
Yeah.
Ruby breaks depletion to pull out a diagram.
And he takes a bite. Oh God, Rusty, Tony, get over here! You can see them over there. You can see them over there sharing the fry.
I
And
gotta check
whatnot.
my pockets more often. Turns out I have stuff in there.
Reed and Mold, along with Ficus, Fern, and Moss, they all come and gather around you because you guys gotta take the same gondola home. And they were like, "So, yeah. How'd you guys enjoy first day?"
He was great. Best day I've ever had, honestly.
Yeah, it was pretty easy.
I mean, I can definitely tell you that our jobs are about to get a whole lot easier because you're sticking around. There's no leaving this place.
No, we're leaving.
What?
We're leaving.
No, how?
Well, we
What?
got a crusade.
Yeah, I mean,
crusade.
yeah, crusade. Yeah, we gotta. There's like planning and training for that. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, you can
it's
knock
not
that
gonna
out.
happen
You can
like
knock that
that.
out in
You
like a
can't.
week.
You can't do that overnight.
Guys, I'm thinking let's do this over tonight, huh? Just get it over with, you know?
How? How?
I'm cool with that.
How?
Well, Ruby's
Reed is
away.
blowing his top. How?
Ruby is surprisingly good at planning
Oh,
crusades,
sorry.
actually.
Yes.
Like, you would catch you off guard how good
There we
Ruby is at planning crusades. There's one person I know who can plan a crusade in like 3 hours and somehow have it work. He's Ruby. Well, it's also Chewy, but Chewy's sick right now.
You guys, all of you, get on. It's like split. It's Ronnie, Ruby, Sam, and Mold on one gondola, and the rest of the rats that live in that same house with you on the other. When you, on the way out, there's like a guy leaning over the side of like this corridor, and he's handing out the caps. The payment to everyone here. And then you see Polly Rat run over with like a barrel that's like 1/4 full. He's like, hold on. There you go. We're all square from the wager. Sorry, I didn't get to you sooner. Yeah, so it's, yeah.
I was worried you weren't gonna give it to me for realsies, and then I remembered you realized how strong I was. And
That's totally it.
Just
Yeah.
joshing you.
No,
Or
I'm a scoundrel. I would have totally cheaped you out if you weren't so freakishly strong.
Yeah, no, I assumed as much.
I'm a scoundrel.
Yeah.
You got me. I'm a little scamp. I'm a garbage human being. I would like that being.
Yeah, no,
I would've
I'm
robbed
self-aware. I'm self-aware. Rats are notoriously self-aware.
you. If you wouldn't kick my ass, I'd take the food right out of your hands.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good thing that the bet that we wagered was a testament of your strength.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, you
don't
guys,
fucking forget it.
yeah, don't, yeah, you guys have a nice
see
one.
you at the-
Enjoy
I'll
your
see you at
night.
the Crusades.
Yeah, I'll see you at the Crusades. I'll see you at the Crusades, brother.
Hey, you want to, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Keep it down a little bit, man.
Yeah, don't we have to look out for the ants?
Do the ants care about Crusades? I thought they didn't like us here.
Well, we'd kind of be co-opting their workforce here.
Oh yeah, we have to. Oh guys, hold on. I look around for ants. I go, guys, we gotta fight that toad, right? Let's do that first. While we can knock that
he
one
needs
out.
dethroning.
Sam, I'm gonna say that
Yeah.
you are. I mean, it says something that you noticed that all the workers leave on the little water bottle gondolas, but the older rats, Rusty, Tony, and Polly, they are the ones driving the large barges full of the nutrient-rich moss and mold ooze. And
they're the
they
ones-
split off from you a couple tunnels back as you guys are shuttled back to the central city of the Underdark. And you guys arrive back at the house where Rat Reynolds and Rat live. And
Rat, Reynolds, and Rat.
Rat Reynolds and Rat
That's
at
what
law.
it says on that's the little nameplates on the side of the house.
Yeah, attorney at law. Attorneys at law. And you guys make it back there. And Chewy definitely isn't looking better. Kind of really flush. The snot bubble has definitely grown by an order of magnitude.
An order of magnitude.
An order of magnitude, yeah.
Start drifting away.
He's just in and out of consciousness, really, really, really sleepy, tired. Every so often he'll mutter something like, "It's saffron."
He's deep in the honk shoes.
He's deep in the hong shoes. But one of you has to, administer this nutrient-rich and deeply penicillinized mush.
Hey, Ronnie, you've got the extra stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I'll provide it. I just don't want to be the one to shove it down his throat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're not looking at the screen, are you?
Well, I was gonna wait until James.
I was reading my notes.
Yes.
No, it's like you guys are in the room with Chewie, and you're flipping through your notepad, and you guys are talking about who's got to administer the medicine, and you're not paying attention. You're engrossed in the mystery.
Yeah, and then, like, Mold puts his finger on his nose just because he sees us doing it. That means that you don't have to do it.
I'm gonna do it this one time, but Ronnie, Ronnie and Ruby, I swear to the good burger.
Well, I'm sorry. Hold on. What did you do today? I was
up on that wall.
I'm not gonna lie. This little raccoon put my life in danger today.
Well, that's not his fault, is it? You're the one with the big mouth.
He didn't ask to be born, now did he?
Mold is like, wait, what do you mean? Like, how can this guy put your life in danger? He's just one raccoon.
Do I take the opportunity to explain? I guess it is like, yeah.
How old are you, Mold?
Oh, I'm like the rat equivalent of like 14.
Okay, you were not born. You were born.
Oh yeah, I was born down here in the sewers, just like every other rat in this hole. This house.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Raccoons and older rats are not going to get along.
Yeah.
Well, this raccoon and older rats could theoretically get along, but they're not having it.
Okay. Why?
So I'm gonna explain this to you in the easiest way possible.
Explain it like a 14-year-old.
Yeah. The raccoons are the reason the rats are down here in the first place. You could have had a life outside of the sewers if it wasn't for them. This kid is the nephew of the leader of the raccoons.
Mold?
He came to me to try to turn this around. He's a good kid. The rest of them ain't. Tried to explain it to Rusty, but it went exactly as I thought it would.
Can I show you something?
Yeah.
And Mold walks into his room and he comes back with it's like a drawing note, like a sketchbook, but it's made of like leaf pages and whatnot. My grandma.
Who do these?
My grandma tried to teach me about the top side, in case one day we ever got free and whatnot. And she said something. At nighttime, there's a plate that keeps changing in the sky. She called it the mood.
Moon?
The moon. Yeah. I can never get a clear look at it through the grates up there. And so you see every page is laid out the same way with like the grate holes in it. And then just your mood lighting just changed drastically.
Yeah, I was doing that.
Oh, you're doing a moon thing. Okay. Okay.
I was hoping no one would comment on the mood lighting.
I'm sorry. Okay.
The moon lighting?
You can see that each page is formatted the same way with the slits of the grate. And the only thing that changes from page to page is the shape in between the grates that is not shaded in. And it's like realizing that someone has never seen the whole sky ever. It's like realizing that this beautiful, majestic thing that you can always count on to look up at and be inspired by the sky is something that this rat has never been able to experience in full. all this rat knows is that, people did something to his people, and there are things that there's things that he possibly could never know or experience, beautiful things that he could never know or experience because of it. And you get the feeling that mold is a very sensitive rat in the sense that he notices things. And in his drawings and in his posture, you see the weight of exile on his people. But
Mold,
this raccoon, he's trying to help us.
Yeah, this one's trying to help us.
He's a good kid.
He is the current thing that we're trying to work out. So I'm going to be honest with you. I was a police officer in the park up above.
Okay, police officers are like the ants, right? But different.
Right, but a little bit more, a little less snitchy, a little bit more
snitchy. Got it.
Upholding the law. Yeah.
Got it. Snitchy, but not snitchy. Got it.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. Things have changed up top. The corruption that caused you guys to come down here has spread further than I can allow as a law enforcement.
And so they got you too.
Yeah. So I came down here of my own free will. Originally under the guise of being dead, but that's neither here nor there. But they figured that out too. The reason I wanted to come down here was there's power in numbers, Mold. If we can convince the rats down here that this isn't their life, they don't need to live like this. This is something that can help me deal with the corruption of my home. And if I can help you get out of here, you can help me get out of here too, more or less.
Is that what everyone was, gathered up on top of I was a scraper today, but everyone was up on the jar looking at Ronnie about?
Yeah, that was the big guy is just really strong.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Yeah, but they were. I heard something about a parade or something like that.
For him?
Maybe.
Hey, Ronnie, you gonna have a parade, kid?
No, you misunderstood. Crusade.
That's a funny. That's a funny word. What does it mean?
It's a holy war.
I was gonna not tell him, but that's all right.
That sounds kick-ass.
It
is.
Hey, hold on, Ruby. Hold on.
I take off my hat. I'm like, it is kick-ass.
Can we have a huddle? Because it feels like old indoctrinating.
Bad way possible.
Chewie kind of sits up. Garlic. And he lays back down.
Nope. We'll get in there. Dude, can I sidebar with you real quick? Can we not indoctrinate a child into the crusade?
Well, like...
He's old enough to work, he's old enough to crusade. Oh, should have clipped that.
He doesn't have to be on the front lines.
If you can hold a weapon, you can crusade.
Ronnie, we need him to get the older folks on our side. You saw how Rusty reacted when I said that Chewie was down here with us.
Yeah, we need as many allies as we can.
And it's at that point...
When you're right, you're right.
It's at that point that you guys hear very harsh knocking at the front door.
I draw my crossbow and look over.
My knife out.
Super paranoid now.
Yeah.
We just all three holding weapons, waiting patiently for someone else to go answer the door.
Why you got... Oh, Rusty didn't like it that much. Okay.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible.
Okay. Yeah, I can...
It's entirely possible.
Yeah, Hey, Moss, open the door. What? I'm having a... you made me drop my larva. Come on!
I'm
Just open the door,
picturing him in a
stupid!
white beater and boxers.
You made me drop my larva! So open
I
the
was
door!
making-
You're the one closest! I can hear you in the kitchen! Yeah,
He's making
yeah!
nachos.
Fine, I'll go open the door. It's Rusty. I mean, what do you... Hi, Rusty, what do you want? And then muffle, talking, low whisper, talking. If any of you wants to get closer, you're going to have to do a cunning check.
Sneak.
I can
Sneak.
Finesse
I also
this
have-
shit.
I can if it's a
Shit.
if it's a cunning check, I can do that, but rather than finesse. But either one works for me.
If you
I
have an
also
ability,
have
if you
trained
have an
Rusty
ability
soon.
that allows you to approach covertly, you can roll whatever status associated.
I do
I'm not
have-
trying to approach covertly. I'm just getting closer to see what's going on. And I just happen to be holding my flashlight over the back of my shoulder.
I want to listen in, but using an ability I have called an eye for the real story,
Okay.
where I can read a tense situation, to spot someone who knows more than they're letting on, and I get a +1 ongoing to convince them to share their secrets with me in private.
Okay.
So I'm going to use that to listen in to,
You pull out one of your whiskey glasses and hold it up against the wall.
yeah, just using the old detective tricks to
Hell
try
yeah.
to sneak in.
And Ruby, what are you doing?
I'm going to sneak closer. I got a 7.
You got a
Yeah,
7.
roll my cutting on it.
Yeah, you managed to.
11.
You rolled an 11. Cool.
Yeah.
Ruby, you get down into the stairwell. Well, just out of eyesight. Just out of line of sight from the door. And you're able to listen in. Ronnie, I guess you just pass your sister sneaking through the hallway. To just be there behind.
How you doing,
Moss?
Rusty? Sorry, Rusty. Well, it was Rusty something.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've come because community leaders would like to speak to the fucking. We just want to talk to the raccoon. just wanna talk to
him.
Sam.
Ooh,
No, they
This
don't.
is my tense situation that I'm reading.
yeah.
like-
I'm just, I don't know how to tell you this, but right now Chewy's a little under the weather, so you're gonna have to wait a bit.
You guys haven't fed him yet? None of the stuff you
we
were paid with
supposed
today.
to, but it just we kept forgetting. We kept getting around to other stuff. You know how you get when you get in a good conversation. You know what I'm talking about? I gently punch his shoulder, maybe a little too hard. You know, you know what I'm talking about, huh?
Okay. Listen, I talked to your bird friend today. He seems like an all right guy. You just let him know that eventually we want to have a talk with this raccoon, okay? We
Moss,
have...
can you do me a little? Moss, can you do me a little favor? You mind giving us a moment of privacy? I know these two are listening, but I don't. He doesn't know that.
This is Rusty talking, or is this a different?
This is
random
Rusty. Rusty's there. Tony
Yeah,
and
I'm
Polly...
asking Moss to give us a
Tony
moment.
and Polly are there, and only Ronnie can
Yeah.
see them. Polly was very jovial to you every other instance post sermon. Tony worked with Ruby, so you're not quite sure how they went along. Stone faces. They have been told something about someone or some other situation that has completely changed their attitude, and it kind of feels like there's an air of betrayal on Polly, having really liked you guys.
Yeah, Moss, you mind give us a moment? It seems like this is kind of a private matter. No offense, I know it's your house.
Yeah, it's my fucking house.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey,
yeah,
Ruby,
you got
Ruby,
lava.
Ruby, come over here. Can you help me pick up the freaking, pick up the freaking larva I dropped on the ground?
Sure. And I come out like I wasn't hiding.
Yeah. I'd like to lean in a little close to Rusty, and I go, listen, I know I can come off as an idiot. In a lot of ways I am. But I did hear that conversation you were having. That's why I got so close. And I just wanted to say that Chewy's a good friend of mine. Chewy cares about you, even if you fucking hate him. And if you have a problem with him, you have a problem with me. Have a great day. And I would like to use my threatening visage.
Okay. What does that do?
It allows me to make an intimidation check using my might instead of my gunning.
Okay. Behind the door that you've so generously slammed in Rusty's face, he says,
I don't slam it. That's way too not intimidating enough.
okay.
I just close it.
Okay.
As you're looking at him as the door.
There is a pause, and you can hear Rusty slowly inhale as he builds the courage to make this last statement.
Would you like me to roll my intimidation?
It's with your might. What do you want? What? I'm not gonna make you roll. Listen.
Cool.
Listen.
Gotcha.
Like I said,
Yeah,
slow inhale. To tell Sam that he should probably talk to the moles. Also, good day. And you hear them all like skitter away super fucking fast.
Ooh, okay.
All right, you guys can come out of hiding. That's problem solved. Well, at least temporarily.
Temporarily, I mean, those guys are fucking assholes. They'll probably be back with more rats. I don't know why they even bothered showing up with just the 3.
More rats. We definitely
You got a
didn't
problem
take
with
on
rats?
the fucking country.
You got a problem with rats?
No, I just mean that I'm not afraid of large quantities of people.
Ugh, I can't with you guys. I'm out of here.
Lost,
I'm out of here. I'm gonna go.
I'm
I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna see if any new shit dropped from topside.
New shit dropped.
I'm gonna see if new shit dropped from topside. And he puts on his Snickers leather jacket and fucking pieces out.
God, he's so cool.
God, hold on. God, oh fuck, guys, this guy's so.
He's so fucking cool. God damn it.
So we enter a little bit of downtime.
You guys catch that conversation?
Yeah, I heard.
Cool.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Of course, I meant every word I said though.
I don't know that you know how to lie.
I don't fully understand it. How do you say something that's not true without sounding like it's not true? Ruby will have to teach me sometime.
Oh, I would be
Ruby's the exact opposite. You two are like yin and yang. Like I don't know if she knows how to tell the truth.
The other always lies.
You two are gargoyles that one always tells the truth.
Okay, I need to ask this. Does anyone get around to feeding Chewy the goop?
Oh God, someone feed this man.
Yeah, I baby bird him.
You put it in your mouth and then put it into Chewy's mouth?
No, I do whatever is necessary to get whatever is required.
Yeah, that's the proper method to feed a sick person. You gotta baby bird him in this world.
Yeah, you like get Chewy's head up under your wing. And you like tip the goop into his mouth, and he needs pepper.
Someone would pay a lot of money for that. Art.
Needs pepper.
Yeah.
Do we have any pepper?
Oh,
He's
fucking delusional.
I have some salt, but I don't think he'll know the difference.
I'm
Now,
fairly sure
he
he'll
is-
know the difference.
He is the one who generally feeds us. I don't know if he would want to know what this was.
Yeah.
We'll keep it a hush that he
Oh, I
ate
bet he would
he
make
ate-
really good sandwiches out of this.
Don't tell him that it was wall scrapings, all right? I don't know if he would really appreciate that.
He's
You know what,
a
maybe he
man.
will. We'll figure it out. We'll let him come to
Yeah.
that decision.
Yeah, we'll bring it to him slowly.
It's somehow earthy and watery at the same time. What the fuck?
It's a perfect impression of Chewie.
Yeah.
The one that fucks a nice studs. I don't think he's ever sworn before.
Unbelievable.
Hey,
Yeah,
he's
he must be
unconscious.
sick.
Hey,
Must be sick. He's swearing.
Is Crit in the room with us now?
after
not monsters. It was weird.
after a couple of hours, two things of note: there are significantly more ants. and Chewie's fever has definitely significantly lessened.
Okay.
This is some potent goop. Listen, this place would be a haven of longevity and youth if it weren't ruled by an evil toad and asshole rats.
I give a kind of like an elbow to Ronnie and Ruby to be like, notice the ants, keep it quiet. Like,
oh look, a snack, and I just started eating ants.
Munch.
Yeah.
That's how you subsist
so-
without the goop. You eat the ants.
I just been eating ants.
During this downtime, I want to make use of one of my moves.
Oh, please.
Ooh.
Smuggler's Path.
Ooh.
oh,
Tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, I'm too excited about Smuggler's Path.
It helps me find secret paths. I roll with luck and mark exhaustion.
Oh, word? Okay.
Yeah, so I want to go searching the tunnels, mapping out any other ways that we can get out.
Okay. What did you roll with luck?
I haven't rolled yet.
Go ahead and do that. You can do that with this downtime.
That is 10.
10. Okay.
Yes.
Two things that you learn. Most importantly, the most important thing that you learn is that the majority of the large pipes where water passes through also has smaller pipes that are cool to the touch. They're painted blue that, make it easy for, an arboreal creature like a possum to crawl about without having to dip into the water when the water is high and it's been raining. You find passage that leads to a large square chamber where it looks like a bunch of old furniture was just dumped into the sewer. And it smells heavily of human feces, but it is also where all of the mushrooms, all of the bioluminescent mushrooms are growing. And you notice a peculiar green pipe that is dripping some kind of... it is... I don't know what the term is for something that glows under UV. Ultraviolet light. But it's that.
I think it's just glow in the dark.
It's glow under UV.
It's a type of bioluminescence, sort of thing.
This ooze glows under UV light, under ultraviolet light, and the mushrooms give off an ultraviolet light. And it is mixing with the wood of the abandoned furniture and the human feces, and there's just a forest of mushrooms. There's like a small team of rats here, just picking mushrooms to sell as illuminations. Past that chamber, as you keep going, you kind of get the hunch that where there's human feces, there is places where humans eat, and you know that humans eat at Good Burger. So with this, you find the grate that is beside the dumpster at the Church of Good Burger. Because you rolled a 10, I'm going to give you that.
Yeah.
You find yourself also making your way around the city to behind the back of the ziggurat, and finding that the tunnel past there has been more or less blocked off with garbage. It's just been chocked full of garbage. You can see in the small sediments and muds kind of left over where the water rushes underneath this garbage block that rats have been instructed to put a blockade here. The slime baron do not want rats going down this way.
Okay, then that's obviously the way that I want to be going.
On a 10, I'm not going to get you that far, but I'm going to let you discover that there's a block there.
Okay.
And then at the end of your smuggler's path, you find your way back to the opening where people get banished, people drop into the Underdark, and you find Moss there with a book, and he's reading a book, and he's got a ring on his finger, and you recognize it as Ronnie's ring.
Oh.
Has it?
I know what book he has.
Yeah.
Rusty has found the care package that Sam left Miss Missy. And Miss Missy, having heard that everyone was banished to the Underdark, she heard they were banished, decided that the best thing that she could do was drop that care package into the Underdark, because she was instructed to give it to Ronnie, and if Ronnie's in the Underdark and she can't go any farther than here, what's she gonna do? And that is where we're going to end tonight. With that fascinating discovery. Thank you guys so much for watching. It is time for housekeeping. These three each get a pitch for a bit of Patreon art that I will post a Twitter poll in here. I've been listening to the sound of rain this entire time. I'm gonna change it to Cool City.
So relaxing.
So relaxing. I almost fell asleep. I actually need the sound of rain to sleep. So we're going to make up a new Twitter poll here. Who has a moment they'd like me to draw?
Which one are you going for, Noodle? Because I've got
There's so many. There's a lot of good Ronnie scenes this time. And I gotta take one of them.
The action scenes were all Ronnie this time around.
Yeah, Ronnie was busy this session. I think I want Ronnie leaned into Rusty's ear. Like the whole "you got a problem with him, you got a problem with me."
Just a hulking possum to an old man.
Yeah.
You got a problem. You got a problem. You got a problem. All right. What's next?
That's my boy right
Okay,
there.
so
you don't
I
harm
want
my boy.
Ronnie's sermon, just like him with the speech bubble saying some words to the group around.
Good.
Ronnie's missionary work.
Yeah.
Ronnie's mission. What you got for me, James?
Oh boy, there's a bunch of good ones from this one though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exposition on this one.
Yeah, it was.
I want. Was it Mold? I want Mold's sketchbook.
Mold's sketchbook.
Yes.
The images of the moon through the sewer grates.
Yeah, isn't that like a sad thing to think about?
It's so fucking depressing. I was just like,
sad.
I'm gonna help this kid.
Yeah. I
I
love
want
this
to
kid.
get all these guys out
As
of here.
as a creature who has been in the sky.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So if you want to vote on that, you keep your eyes peeled for after this video is finished premiering on YouTube. I will post the poll on Twitter, which will run for a day, and then after that, I will draw whatever wins and post it to the Patreon. Speaking of the Patreon, and if you sign up at the $5 level, the Cosmic Library card holder tier, it's the only tier that exists right now, you can get an individually, uniquely numbered Cosmic Library card with a spot for your face. You can add your own picture, or if you want, for free, I will draw you or your C to put in there. Because of the rebrand that Daddy's Dungeon is going to be going through once Trash Chronicles is finished, but, you know, new members that sign up before the official rebrand will get access to this unique little card that you can access. And if that's not enough to sway you to join the Patreon, I am in the production phase of getting a companion video podcast made called Cosmic Book Club. We're just working out scheduling with a few of the guests to sit down and record. It's just going to be a nice and cool TTRPG podcast. We're going to talk about, common questions that people have about getting into the hobby, some common questions within the fandom itself, and the discourse surrounding it. And we're also going to be talking about fiction tropes.
I'm gonna be mad about stuff.
Mad
right.
about things, yeah.
I'm mad
So if
about
you're just-
certain tropes.
If you are also mad about tropes and you want to hang out with people who are also mad about tropes, consider signing up to the Patreon so you can get access to the episodes as soon as they happen, and as soon as the rebrand happens. I am super excited for the rebrand, and I just gotta keep pushing it. Gotta make this thing happen. Once the rebrand happens, all of the Patreon art will become free to access. Like I said, I'm just trying to push the stuff that's coming after the rebrand. So please go ahead and, if that's something you're interested in, I have the full announcement laid out on the Patreon if you want to go and check that out. I have been your garbage man, your master of ceremonies, Goon Daddy, playing Moss, aka Ruby Possum, has been Moss Creature.
We're gonna start a holy war.
A holy war. Playing Ronnie Possum has been the Noodle Doodler.
No one's allowed to hate Chewie.
Never.
And playing Detective San Morrigan has been Vidiogames.
We're gonna start a holy war.
We're gonna start a holy war. We're gonna start a holy war.
Can we-
Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so
we do
much
an
for
eight
watching, and remember, you are all trash. Deus Folk, Deus Folk, Deus Folk, Deus Folk.
We're gonna start a holy war.
We're gonna start a holy war.
ATR mind alive.